Welcome, traveler of thought, to a journey across the silent oceans of space. Breathe slowly, let your mind soften, and allow yourself to drift beyond the familiar sky. Tonight, we will wander among the planets, moons, comets, and rings of our solar system, tracing the gentle arcs of their orbits and the delicate threads of light that stretch across the cosmos. From the scorched plains of Mercury to the frozen edges of Neptune, from the golden majesty of Saturn's rings to the swirling storms of Jupiter, each world tells a story of time, energy, and quiet endurance. As we float through this vast expanse, notice the rhythm of motion, the soft pulse of light, the subtle tug of gravity shaping every orbit. The planets, moons, and distant wanderers move in silent harmony, teaching patience, balance, and wonder. Let curiosity guide you as we explore each world in turn, and allow the gentle beauty of the universe to ease your mind, calm your thoughts, and open a space for serene reflection. Close your eyes and take a deep, slow breath. Let your shoulders soften, your mind settle, and your thoughts drift outward, beyond the familiar sky, beyond Earth itself. Imagine the first light of the solar system, spilling from the newborn sun, a radiant, ancient glow, fierce and unyielding. It is not yet gentle. It is fire, energy, and motion itself, the heartbeat from which all worlds would emerge. This is where our journey begins, at the threshold of creation, where light first touched stone and gas, shaping the planets that would follow. Closest to the sun, two small worlds circle in this eternal blaze. Mercury, the swift, scorched traveler, races along its orbit at nearly 30 miles per second, completing a circuit in only 88 Earth days. Its surface bakes in the sun's relentless light, reaching temperatures above 800 degrees Fahrenheit, and plunges into the frozen depths of nearly -300 at night. There is no atmosphere to soften the extremes, no clouds to moderate the heat or the cold. Mercury is a world of stark contrasts, half blazing, half frozen, and a narrow twilight zone in between that holds the balance, if only for a fleeting moment. The surface is scarred, pockmarked with craters that have endured for billions of years. These impact scars are a fossil record of the violent infancy of the solar system, a silent archive written in rock. Mercury's iron-rich core dominates its interior, making up more than half its diameter, and gives the planet a gravity stronger than its size would suggest. The planet spins steadily, silently enduring a small but resilient world. From Earth, it seems a tiny silver point at dawn or dusk. Yet, up close, Mercury is alive with motion, and extremes a world shaped by fire, shadow, and the persistent pull of the Sunday. Beyond Mercury lies Venus, often called the evening star or morning star, shining brightest in the sky, a jewel against the blackness. Yet beneath its golden clouds, Venus hides a world of immense pressure and heat. Its atmosphere is nearly 100 times denser than Earth's, composed primarily of carbon dioxide, with thick clouds of sulfuric acid. Surface temperatures exceed 900 degrees Fahrenheit, hotter than Mercury due to a runaway greenhouse effect. Here, the air is so dense that a human being would be crushed almost instantly. And yet, from space, Venus gleams with calm radiance, a subtle, unbroken glow that belies the violence beneath. Venus is a near twin of Earth in size and mass, but its path diverged long ago. Radar mapping reveals plains of volcanic flows, mountains, and gently rolling hills sculpted by molten rock that reshape the surface over millions of years. The planet spins slowly. One rotation lasts longer than a Venusian year. High winds circle the planet in just 4 Earth days, faster than the planet rotates itself, carrying clouds in a constant, silent motion. Lightning flashes within the dense atmosphere, illuminating hazy skies and creating fleeting ghostly sparks that hint at the stormy energy above the calm, molten plains below. Both Mercury and Venus tell a story of extremes and balance. Mercury, barren and scorched, shows us the endurance of matter under intense light and cold. Venus, suffocated by its own atmosphere, shows us what happens when warmth is trapped and amplified. Between these two extremes lies Earth, perfectly situated within the Sun's habitable zone, where energy, light, and water exist in harmony, allowing life to flourish. Imagine yourself floating between these two worlds. Mercury glows faintly under the constant sunlight, its metallic surface reflecting the smallest hints of scattered particles from the solar wind. Venus radiates heat, its clouds shifting like slow golden waves. Every photon of light that touches you carries a story that has traveled tens of millions of miles across the void to reach this moment. In Mercury and Venus, we witness the delicate balance of creation, the invisible forces of gravity, pressure and energy that dictate the fate of worlds. The extreme conditions of these planets are not merely scientific facts. They are lessons in patience, endurance, and the limits of possibility. Mercury endures the unrelenting heat and cold, while Venus demonstrates the consequences of excess. Each planet exists as a testament to the power of the Sun, the invisible threads of gravity, and the subtle but relentless passage of time. These are worlds shaped over billions of years, sculpted by collisions, heat, and pressure, carrying silent memories of the earliest days of the solar system. Now envision the Sun as a blazing sphere, dominating half the sky, radiating warmth and energy in waves that are both powerful and precise. The photons streaming from it illuminate the craters of Mercury, trace the patterns of Venus's swirling clouds, and extend outward, touching Earth and the distant planets in delicate balance. Light itself becomes a medium of memory and motion, a messenger that reveals and shapes worlds simultaneously. Venus and Mercury, though small and distant, teach us about the precarious conditions necessary for life. One too hot, one too cold, one suffocating, one bare. Yet in this contrast, we see the potential for balance. Earth's position between them, its atmosphere and oceans, its rotation and tilt, are all outcomes of this delicate cosmic interplay. The first light of the Sun illuminates not only planets, but the principles that allow life to exist: temperature, distance, rotation, and the subtle equilibrium of forces. Even in their extremes, there is beauty. Mercury's rugged plains and Venus's golden clouds shimmer in their own ways, inviting contemplation and wonder. The planets move steadily without hurry, yet with purpose, following the laws that govern all motion in the cosmos. Their orbit spins and atmospheric dynamics are quiet lessons in physics and resilience, offering insight into the forces that shape not just worlds, but the very possibility of life itself. As we drift slowly away from Mercury and Venus, the Sun begins to fade gently behind them, its light softening as we leave the inner solar system. The two planets shrink into points of pale gold and silver against the blackness, guardians of extremes and teachers of balance. We carry with us the lessons of endurance, energy, and the importance of equilibrium, preparing to approach the next world, the planet that embodies moderation, life, and the possibility of growth. And now, as the first light of the Sun settles over Mercury and Venus, and as we turn our gaze toward Earth, may your thoughts drift gently among the stars, carrying with them the quiet wisdom of worlds forged in extremes and the serene rhythm of the solar system in motion. Now, leaving behind the extremes of Mercury and Venus, we drift outward into the gentle balance of a world that knows moderation and possibility. This is Earth, our home, cradled by its silent companion, the Moon. Together they spin through space in a duet of gravity and rhythm, a harmony that has endured for billions of years. Here, light, water, and motion converge to create a stage for life, a delicate equilibrium that allows existence to flourish. Earth's surface is mostly water, vast oceans stretching like mirrors beneath shifting clouds. Sunlight falls across the waves in soft patterns of blue and silver, warming the surface and guiding the cycles of wind and tide. The Moon orbiting steadily tugs gently at the oceans, raising and lowering tides that pulse in silent rhythm. This gravitational partnership stabilizes Earth's tilt, producing predictable seasons and gently regulating the climate. Without this companion, the planet might swing violently summers and winters, alternating unpredictably, and life may never have found its footing. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast ocean, the horizon stretching endlessly. Waves rise and fall in measured cadence, echoing the steady heartbeat of the planet. Above, clouds drift slowly, catching the sunlight in golden streaks that dissolve into silver as the day transitions to evening. Every ripple, every gust of wind, every shift in temperature is part of a larger pattern, a symphony of movement and energy that has repeated for eons. Earth is alive, not in a dramatic or violent way, but in a quiet, persistent rhythm that nurtures and sustains. Beneath the oceans and continents, tectonic plates move imperceptibly, carving mountains, valleys, and plains. Volcanoes exhale heat and minerals, replenishing soils and maintaining the chemical balance necessary for life. The molten interior of the planet hums with energy, a reminder that Earth's stability is dynamic, maintained through constant motion rather than stillness. Life then emerges not from stasis, but from this interplay of forces: water, air, energy, and chemical cycles working in quiet synchrony. The Moon, glowing softly in the night sky, is a quiet observer of this harmony. Its gravitational pull ensures that oceans rise and fall, while its presence stabilizes Earth's rotation. The Moon's light casts silver paths over oceans and forests alike, marking the passage of time and connecting night to day. In its cycles, one can trace months and seasons, each phase a subtle signal of nature's enduring order. Together, Earth and Moon form a partnership that demonstrates how balance allows life to thrive. Within the oceans, currents flow in complex patterns, distributing heat and nutrients across the globe. Plankton and microorganisms move with these currents, forming the foundation of ecosystems that extend upward into the sky and outward to the continents. Life evolves within these cycles, responding to patterns that are predictable yet adaptable. Forests breathe with the rhythm of seasons, rivers carve the land slowly but steadily, and mountains stand as monuments to the patient work of the planet's interior forces. Imagine drifting above the forests, seeing vast green expanses interspersed with deserts, rivers, and lakes. The Moon reflects its pale light across lakes and oceans, casting a tranquil glow over the landscapes below. You feel the quiet pulse of the planet beneath you, a subtle vibration in its rotation, in the tides, in the flowing of rivers. The Earth moves with calm precision, orchestrating cycles of life, climate, and geology that have persisted long before humans existed. Even in the atmosphere, patterns emerge. Clouds form drift and dissipate in rhythmic dance. Winds carry moisture and heat, spreading energy around the globe. Storms arise and fade, following the principles of physics, yet moving in ways that are both predictable and dynamic. Every breath of air, every drop of rain, every ray of sunlight is part of an interconnected system that balances extremes, creating conditions conducive to life. From space, Earth is a jewel, blue, green, and white, spinning gracefully in the blackness. It is modest in size, yet intricate in its complexity. Every mountain, every valley, every ocean. Current is a testament to balance, a demonstration that life requires both stability and motion, light and shade, warmth and moderation. The planet is not passive. It responds, adapts, and maintains a delicate equilibrium that allows life to persist in countless forms. As we float further outward, consider the history held within the oceans and rocks. Minerals, salts, and the chemistry of water carry memories of billions of years of planetary evolution. Life's first forms stirred in the shallow seas, responding to light and heat, moving with the currents, and gradually increasing in complexity. The Earth we see now is the result of these subtle interactions, a world that has learned to balance energy and matter, chaos and order in a way that allows life to persist. The partnership of Earth and Moon is a lesson in harmony. Without the Moon's stabilizing influence, the tilt of the planet could vary wildly. Without water, there could be no ocean currents or rain. Without the sun, there would be no warmth, no light to drive photosynthesis, no rhythm of day and night to guide life. These forces, celestial, chemical, and physical, converge to create an environment where life is possible, a rare and precious phenomenon in the solar system. Imagine for a moment that you drift with the tides floating above oceans and forests, feeling the gentle pull of the moon, sensing the rotation of Earth, and observing the interplay of water, wind, and sunlight. This is a world in motion, yet balanced, powerful, yet serene. Every pattern and every cycle is a quiet testament to the planet's resilience and the potential for life that exists because of delicate harmony. And now, as we prepare to leave the cradle of life behind, let your mind rest in the quiet pulse of Earth and the gentle gaze of the moon. Feel the rhythm of tides, the whisper of wind, the slow rotation of the planet, and carry with you the understanding that life emerges and persists where balance, motion, and light converge. May your thoughts drift softly over oceans, across forests, and beneath the silver glow of the moon, carrying the calm and wonder of our home planet as we journey onward to the red frontier of Mars. Beyond the cradle of Earth and the quiet gaze of the moon, we drift outward toward a world both familiar and mysterious, Mars, the red planet. Its surface stretches endlessly rust-colored plains, punctuated by mountains, canyons, and valleys that tell the story of billions of years of history. Here, the passage of time is tangible, etched into the surface, carved into rocks, and whispered in the dust. Mars is a landscape of extremes, yet it carries an enduring meditative beauty, a testament to resilience and the slow, patient rhythm of planetary evolution. Mars spins on its axis in a rhythm slightly longer than Earth's, completing one rotation in 24 hours and 37 minutes. Its thin atmosphere, composed mostly of carbon dioxide, provides little insulation. Daytime temperatures can rise to just above freezing near the equator, while nighttime plummets to nearly -120 degrees Fahrenheit. The air is sparse, with a surface pressure less than 1% of Earth's, allowing wind and dust to move freely, sculpting dunes, dust, devils, and erosion features across the plains. It is a world where extremes coexist, yet balance is quietly maintained over the eons. Imagine drifting above the Valles Marineris, the Great Canyon stretching more than 2,000 miles across the planet's equator. Its walls, carved into layers of sedimentary rock, reveal a timeline written in stone. Cracks, cliffs, and mesas reflect billions of years of erosion, tectonics, and ancient water flow. Shadows stretch across the canyon floor, and faint dust devils spiral upward, tiny, delicate movements against the scale of a grand, timeless structure. Every feature holds a record of impact, wind, and chemical change, whispering secrets of the planet's past. Far to the west, Olympus Mons rises over 13 miles high, the tallest volcano in the solar system. Its slopes are gentle, stretching hundreds of miles, yet its scale is almost beyond comprehension. Lava flows once traveled vast distances across Martian plains, creating plateaus and reshaping the surface over millions of years. Nearby, the Tharsis Montes, a trio of massive shield volcanoes, adds depth to the panorama, marking the relentless internal energy still present within the planet, subtle yet enduring, beneath a surface that appears frozen and silent. Even the polar regions shimmer with quiet majesty. The northern and southern ice caps grow and shrink with the Martian seasons, composed of both frozen carbon dioxide and water ice. Their surfaces glint softly in sunlight, reflecting the pale warmth that reaches the distant planet. Seasonal changes sculpt the landscape with delicate sublimation and frost patterns, while long streaks of dust sweep across plains and valleys. Time seems to stretch differently here, moving in cycles that last years, decades, and millennia, a rhythm both slow and precise. The winds themselves are subtle artists, reshaping dunes and moving dust into patterns visible from orbit. Dust storms can rise, some small and fleeting, others enveloping entire hemispheres, shifting sands in slow, deliberate motion. These storms are part of the planet's pulse, temporary yet recurring, a demonstration that even in isolation, motion persists, energy flows, and the passage of time leaves its mark on every surface. Mars is not lifeless in motion. Robotic explorers have traversed its plains, roamed craters, and sampled rocks, uncovering chemical signatures that hint at past water volcanic activity and even the potential for microbial life. Sedimentary layers, clay deposits, and hydrated salts tell the story of ancient rivers and lakes, painting a picture of a warmer, wetter past. The faint traces of ancient deltas and channels suggest that life, if it ever arose, could have found a home in these long-vanished waters, leaving its mark subtly imprinted in the chemical memory of the rocks. Imagine drifting over these plains as the sun rises gently over the horizon, casting long, soft shadows across the ridges and valleys. Dust glows faintly, catching the light in muted reds and oranges, while distant volcanoes and mountains glow warmly in the morning rays. The planet seems to breathe slowly, expansively, and yet with immense precision. Every rotation, every gust of wind, every movement of dust and rock participates in a rhythm billions of years in the making. Even the moons of Mars, Phobos, and Deimos contribute to this quiet harmony. They orbit in tight, irregular paths, small but significant, pulling ever so slightly on the planet, influencing tides and the trajectory of dust and particles. Their shadows drift across plains and craters, fleeting markers of motion against the broader stage of the red planet. Each orbit, each rotation, is a reminder that even the smallest bodies have a role to play in the cosmic dance, subtly shaping the environment over unimaginable timescales. Beneath the surface, the frozen permafrost preserves layers of ice and minerals, a quiet archive of chemical and geological history. Evidence suggests that liquid water may occasionally flow briefly, carving faint streaks on slopes, hinting at hidden activity beneath a frozen crust. Subsurface chemical processes may continue, slowly powered by internal heat and tidal forces, maintaining a delicate energy balance that sustains potential microenvironments. Mars is silent, yet within its crust, energy persists, quietly shaping its character and hinting at possibilities hidden beneath the surface. The surface features of Mars tell a story of resilience and transformation. Impact craters, some enormous and ancient, reveal the scars of collisions over billions of years. Sand, dust, and rock have shifted repeatedly, smoothing jagged edges and creating subtle textures across plains and valleys. Each layer, ridge, and depression is a record of planetary memory, a slow chronicle of creation, erosion, and change. Mars teaches patience, endurance, and the power of subtle, persistent forces operating over unimaginable scales. As we drift toward the horizon, the planet's red plains glow softly in the fading light, and the dust devils continue their delicate spirals across ancient valleys. Olympus Mons and the Tharsis Montes shimmer faintly volcanic structures, frozen in time, yet echoing the energy that shaped them. Polar caps reflect the last rays of the sun, hinting at cycles that stretch over millennia. Mars is quiet, majestic, and endlessly patient, a testament to the rhythm of planetary evolution and the persistent flow of energy across time. And now, as we move gently away from the red planet, leaving behind its canyons, volcanoes, and ice caps, may your mind drift over its rust-colored plains, tracing the paths of ancient rivers, feeling the silent winds, and carrying the quiet wisdom of time and endurance. Let the soft glow of Mars, its patient cycles, and its enduring history guide your thoughts as we continue outward to the giants of the solar system, where immense forces and swirling storms await. The quiet expanses of Mars, we drift outward to a realm of immense scale and grandeur. Jupiter, the largest planet in our solar system, a colossal gas giant whose presence dominates the neighborhood. Its gravity reaches far, shaping the orbits of countless moons, guiding asteroids, and sculpting the intricate balance of the outer solar system. To approach Jupiter is to confront majesty on a scale that is almost incomprehensible. Yet, within its enormity lies rhythm, structure, and a calm precision that speaks to the universe's subtle harmony. Jupiter is composed primarily of hydrogen and helium, yet its upper atmosphere is alive with movement. Broad bands of muted white, gold, and brown stretch across the planet, each carrying winds that race at hundreds of miles per hour. Within these bands, storms swirl with elegance, most famously the Great Red Spot, a storm larger than Earth, spinning steadily for centuries. Lightning arcs invisibly in the cloud layers, fleeting yet powerful, illuminating the depths of this turbulent atmosphere. Every rotation, every swirling vortex, every shifting band carries energy. Yet there is order, a rhythm that persists despite the immense power contained within. Among Jupiter's many moons, the Galilean Quartet offers its own quiet wonder. Io, closest to the planet, is a world of fire and heat, continuously reshaped by tidal forces that stretch and compress its interior. Its surface is dotted with hundreds of volcanoes, erupting sulfur and silicate lava, painting a palette of yellow, red, and black across the moon's surface. These eruptions are persistent, yet the pattern is steady, a reminder that even extreme energy can exist in harmony with gravity and orbital mechanics. Farther out lies Europa, wrapped beneath a thin crust of ice that conceals a liquid ocean below. Tidal heating from Jupiter maintains warmth beneath the frozen shell, creating the potential for microbial life within hidden seas. The surface is etched with ridges and fractures lines, tracing the slow motion of shifting ice plates. Europa is quiet and subtle, yet alive, in its potential, a frozen world whispering secrets of energy, motion, and the possibility of life. Ganymede, the largest moon in the solar system, surpasses Mercury in size. Its surface is a mixture of older, heavily cratered regions and younger grooved terrain shaped by tectonic activity. Beneath the ice may lie another subsurface ocean, contributing to the quiet rhythm of energy flow and chemical potential. Callisto, farthest among the Galilean moons, is heavily cratered and ancient, its frozen surface a record of billions of years of impacts. It is silent, yet within its structure lies a memory of the solar system's formation and evolution. Imagine drifting between these moons, floating weightlessly as they orbit steadily in Jupiter's gravitational embrace. The great red spot churns below, yet its motion is slow and measured a centuries-long rhythm that contrasts with the rapid whirls of nearby storms. The moons tug on each other, gently resonating in a gravitational dance that sustains tidal heating and maintains orbital stability. Every orbit, every spin, every interaction is precise, choreographed by invisible forces across unimaginable distances. Beyond the visible storms, Jupiter's magnetosphere stretches millions of miles into space, guiding charged particles in silent, sweeping arcs. The auroras at its poles shimmer faintly, created by these particles colliding with the atmosphere, painting ephemeral lights across the gaseous clouds. The radiation belts hum silently, a reminder of energy and motion beyond our perception. Even in its calm appearance from a distance, Jupiter is alive, with invisible currents, a subtle network of energy shaping the environment and influencing its moons. The planet itself is a monument to scale. Its mass is more than 300 times that of Earth. Yet its movement is precise, deliberate, and balanced. Storms, winds, and magnetic fields operate on scales beyond human comprehension. Yet, their effects are harmonious, constrained by the universal laws of motion, thermodynamics, and gravity. Floating here, you sense both immense power and subtle elegance. An example of how enormous energy can exist within order and rhythm. Jupiter's moons and magnetic environment illustrate the principle of interconnectedness. Io's volcanic activity is powered by tidal forces from Europa and Ganymede. Europa's ocean is warmed. Similarly, its surface fractures, aligned with gravitational stress. Even distant Callisto participates in these interactions, subtly influenced by orbital resonances. Each body, no matter its size or distance, contributes to the system's harmony, an intricate dance of mass motion and energy. Imagine drifting over Europa's icy plains, seeing fractures catch the faint sunlight reflecting soft glimmers. Io's volcanoes spew plumes that rise high into the thin exosphere, illuminated by the weak sunlight reaching the outer planet. Ganymede's grooved terrain stretches endlessly, and Callisto's craters mark the passage of eons. Every detail is a note in the quiet symphony of the Jovian system, a lesson in endurance, order, and the subtle persistence of energy across time. Even Jupiter's faint ring system contributes to the grand design. Dust and small particles trace arcs along the planet, shaped by its gravity and interactions with the moons. Though almost invisible, the rings are part of the complex orchestration that maintains stability and rhythm. Every particle, every orbit, every gravitational pull is connected, demonstrating that nothing in this system exists in isolation. Floating away from Jupiter, the planet slowly recedes into the distance, still, massive, still, commanding, yet graceful in its motion. The moons continue their steady orbits. Storms spin silently, and auroras fade into pale glimmers. The Jovian system is a demonstration of immense energy, balanced by precise natural law, a calm cosmic dance that endures for billions of years, showing that even the greatest forces can move with elegance and order. And now, as we drift past the swirling storms, glowing auroras, and orbiting moons, may your mind rest with the gentle rhythm of Jupiter carrying the awe of immense scale, the serenity of balance, and the quiet poetry of a giant moving gracefully through the darkness of space. Let the soft, enduring pulse of its energy guide your thoughts outward toward the next majestic world awaiting in our cosmic journey, Saturn, the planet of rings and tranquil elegance. Swirling storms and colossal presence of Jupiter, we drift into a realm of elegance and quiet majesty. Saturn, the planet adorned with rings that stretch tens of thousands of miles, shimmering softly like threads of frozen sunlight. Unlike its turbulent neighbor, Saturn exudes serenity. Its immense bulk moves gently through space, enveloped in golden clouds. A world whose grandeur is quiet yet undeniable. Here, every orbit, every swirl of gas, and every icy fragment of its rings participates in a delicate dance orchestrated by the invisible laws of gravity and motion. Saturn's atmosphere is a tapestry of muted golds, ambers and creams, layered in bands shaped by winds that can reach hundreds of miles per hour. Storms ripple across these bands, some small and fleeting, others massive and persistent, like the great hexagonal vortex at its North Pole. Lightning arcs within the cloud layers, momentary flashes, illuminating swirling clouds in brief bursts of brilliance. Each movement carries energy, yet flows with a rhythm that is both steady and mesmerizing, a reminder that immense power can coexist with grace. The rings themselves are among the most delicate and beautiful structures in the solar system. They consist of billions of particles ranging from tiny grains of ice to massive boulders, each orbiting Saturn in precise alignment. Sunlight glances off their surfaces, creating a soft glimmer that drifts across space like a river of diamonds. Gaps in the rings, such as Cassini's division, are sculpted by the gravitational influence of Saturn's moons, forming patterns that are both fragile and enduring. Every particle contributes to the harmony of the system, a microcosm of motion and balance that mirrors the planet itself. Among Saturn's moons, Titan stands as a world of subtle wonder. Larger than Mercury, Titan is cloaked in a dense orange-tinted atmosphere, rich in nitrogen, concealing rivers, lakes, and seas of liquid methane and ethane. Winds sweep across frozen plains, shaping dunes and valleys in slow, deliberate arcs. Clouds drift silently, forming and dissipating over centuries-long seasons, while chemical reactions in the atmosphere produce complex organic molecules, hinting at the possibilities of life in hidden niches. Titan is quiet, yet alive, a patient world carrying secrets beneath its amber haze. Other moons add depth and nuance to Saturn's domain. Enceladus, small but remarkable vents, geysers of water ice from fissures along its south pole, suggesting a subsurface ocean warmed by tidal interactions with the planet. Rhea and Dione glide along their orbits, surfaces scarred by countless impacts, yet enduring, preserving a record of solar system history. Tethys bears massive canyons, and Mimas, with its enormous crater, seems like a frozen eye, observing the vastness around it. Even the smallest satellites are part of the gravitational symphony, their motions subtle yet essential to the system's overall harmony. Imagine drifting among the rings themselves, gliding past icy particles that glint softly in the sunlight. Some are no larger than grains of sand. Others dwarf mountains on Earth. Each follows its path, precisely orbiting Saturn, in a rhythm dictated by physics and time. Shadows stretch across the ring plane, creating delicate tapestries of light and dark that shift slowly as the planet rotates. Here, even the smallest movement contributes to a structure of immense scale and beauty, a lesson in precision and patience. Saturn's magnetosphere extends millions of miles, channeling charged particles in silent arcs and creating faint auroras over the poles. Lightning flashes within the atmosphere, brief yet illuminating the swirling cloud patterns. The planet hums with energy, yet expresses it in a controlled, elegant rhythm. The giant is alive with force, yet moves with a calm grace that invites contemplation. Every swirl, every pulse, every orbit embodies the subtle poetry of motion. Titan's surface glimmers beneath its thick haze, the methane lakes reflecting pale sunlight in muted patterns. Winds shift dunes, carve valleys, and shape ridges over centuries-long cycles, demonstrating that even in extreme cold and alien chemistry, energy moves, forms, patterns, and creates balance. Ice and rock interact. Tidal forces mold its interior, and surface features reveal a patient yet dynamic world. Titan teaches that harmony persists even under unusual conditions, that energy and matter find equilibrium across space and time. Even Saturn's faint ring system, almost invisible compared to its massive bulk, contributes to the delicate choreography. Dust ice and small boulders trace arcs shaped by the gravity of moons, moving in a silent symphony that has persisted for eons. Each particle, each orbit, is a note in the cosmic melody, a quiet reminder that even in apparent stillness, the universe hums with energy and motion. Floating above the planet and its moons, you sense the scale and precision of this system. The great hexagon spins gently at the North Pole. Storms twist and turn in mesmerizing arcs, and auroras shimmer faintly at the edges of magnetic fields. Rings glitter softly, moons move in precise orbits, and Titan's lakes glisten beneath orange haze. Every motion, no matter how small, contributes to the harmony of this vast, patient system. As we drift away, Saturn recedes into the distance, its golden bands softening rings, shrinking to delicate arcs, and moons fading into points of light. The planet remains a symbol of calm, power, and precision, a testament to the beauty of cosmic order. Its grandeur is not loud or chaotic, but steady, meditative, and enduring. It teaches patience, balance, and the quiet majesty of immense forces working in harmony. And now, as we move gently onward toward the frozen giants of the outer solar system, may your mind carry the serenity of Saturn's rings, the reflective beauty of Titan's lakes, and the quiet poetry of moons and particles moving together in cosmic rhythm. Let the elegance of this giant world guide your thoughts toward calm, awe, and the gentle flow of the universe. Calm of Saturn, we drift farther into the outer reaches of the solar system, where sunlight fades and the air of mystery grows thicker. Here lie the frozen giants, Uranus and Neptune, pale and distant, cloaked in subtle blues and greens, sentinel worlds on the edge of warmth, guardians of the unknown. They are the quiet extremes, planets of ice and gas, moving in deliberate, almost imperceptible rhythms, teaching us patience, endurance, and the vastness of time. Uranus spins unusually nearly on its side, tilted more than 90 degrees relative to its orbit. Its rotation is slow and deliberate, giving rise to seasons that stretch for decades. Hydrogen and helium dominate its atmosphere, but methane absorbs red light, lending the planet its calm cyan hue. Winds sweep across the surface at hundreds of miles per hour, yet they move in a subtle, almost hypnotic pattern, circling the planet in steady bands. Beneath the atmosphere, heat churns slowly within the interior, creating subtle currents that influence the magnetic field and perhaps the hidden layers of ice below. Uranus is a world of quiet paradox, extreme in tilt, yet gentle in motion, distant, yet intimately connected to the cosmic rhythm. Moving beyond Uranus, Neptune emerges darker, colder, and wilder. Its deep azure clouds swirl with faster winds than any other planet, creating storms that race across its surface unseen yet persistent. Internal heat radiates outward, exceeding the energy Neptune receives from the Sun, giving the planet a faint, steady glow in the darkness. This distant giant hums with subtle energy, a frozen world alive in ways invisible to the eye, moving in a cadence dictated by physics and time. Neptune's storms are temporary sculptures in the atmosphere, shifting patterns that remind us that, even in silence, motion persists. Imagine drifting between these two worlds. The sunlight is faint, casting soft blue shadows on cloud tops and icy surfaces. The planets float serenely, orbiting in slow arcs that take decades to complete. Their moons, small icy companions, follow precise orbits, each tugging slightly on the other, creating tidal interactions that move imperceptibly but persistently over eons. Even the smallest ice-covered moon contributes to the subtle order of the system, each trajectory a note in a cosmic symphony of motion and gravity. Uranus and Neptune are also laboratories of extremes. Uranus, with its peculiar tilt experiences, seasons where one pole remains in continuous sunlight for decades, while the other remains in darkness. Neptune's storms, though invisible in the dim sunlight, are driven by internal heat and winds that race faster than the planet rotates. Both planets teach us that beauty and complexity often lie beneath the surface, visible only to those who observe carefully, and that the universe thrives in subtle balance, even at the edge of light. Imagine floating above Neptune's faintly glowing clouds, the dark blue atmosphere swirling softly, illuminated by a distant pale. Sunday tiny moons trace arcs through the blackness, casting faint shadows across icy plains. Uranus, meanwhile, tilts gracefully in the background, its cyan glow muted, serene, and mysterious. Between these giants lies the edge of our known planetary system, a boundary between familiar warmth and the frozen expanse beyond, where light dims and the silence of interstellar space begins. The moons themselves hold secrets. Triton, Neptune's largest moon, orbits backward in a retrograde path, suggesting it was captured from the Kuiper Belt long ago. Its surface is covered with nitrogen ice, and geysers may erupt faintly, creating thin plumes that drift into space. The smaller moons of Uranus and Neptune are icy, cratered, and ancient, their surfaces preserving memories of collisions, radiation, and slow orbital changes over billions of years. Even in the frozen silence, there is subtle motion, and life, if not biological, then geological and physical, reminding us that energy persists even at the edge of warmth. As we drift through this frozen realm, the sun becomes a distant point of light, casting only faint rays across the icy clouds and moon. The vast darkness stretches outward, yet within it, Uranus and Neptune maintain their rhythm, moving precisely through orbits shaped by gravity tides and subtle interactions. Their stability in this remoteness teaches us that even at the limits, the cosmos maintains order, structure, and balance. In this quiet time itself feels different, Days are long, seasons stretch across decades, and storms endure for centuries. Light reaches these distant worlds weekly. Yet every photon carries energy and history, illuminating surfaces shaped over eons. The frozen giants are patient teachers, demonstrating that the universe operates on scales beyond immediate perception, and that persistence, balance, and harmony govern the motion of all celestial bodies. Imagine drifting away from Uranus and Neptune, leaving their icy blues and deep azures behind. The planets shrink slowly into faint points, their moons tracing arcs of silent beauty, and the outer solar system opens into the vast expanse of interstellar space. Beyond these giants, small icy bodies, comets, and the faint glow of distant stars hint at the beginning of the next chapter, the scattered wanderers of ice dust and rock that drift silently toward the galaxy. And now, as you float through this frozen edge, may your mind settle with the patient rhythm of Uranus and Neptune, carrying the quiet majesty of distant giants and the sense of enduring motion that governs the cosmos, preparing gently for the porter. Journey toward the outer wanderers of the solar system. The frozen giants, we drift into a quieter, more delicate realm. The outskirts of the solar system, where comets, asteroids, and interplanetary dust travel in patient silence. These wanderers are remnants of the early days of our system, fragments of creation, preserved in ice and rock, moving along paths dictated by gravity and time. They are messengers of history, each particle and nucleus carrying the memory of billions of years, whispering the story of formation and endurance across the void. Comets, composed primarily of ice and dust, glide along elongated orbits that stretch from the distant Kuiper belt into the warmth of the Sunday. As they approach, the heat vaporizes surface ices, creating luminous tails that stretch millions of miles into space. These tails, streaming gas and dust, are ephemeral trails of energy and matter sculpted by solar radiation and the solar wind. Each comet is a frozen record of the primordial cloud that gave birth to the sun and planets, a time capsule of hydrogen, methane, ammonia, and water ice. The faint glow of the tail reflects sunlight scattering photons across the blackness, a soft moving light in an otherwise silent expanse. Asteroids are rocky, metallic, and far more numerous. They inhabit belts and scattered orbits, each a fragment of a planet that almost formed or a remnant of early collisions. In the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter, countless rocks orbit steadily, some small as pebbles, others hundreds of miles across. Their surfaces are scarred from millennia of impacts, preserving a record of violent events and cosmic collisions. Every crater ridge and fissure tells a story of endurance of time, marked in rock and dust, a silent testimony to the forces shaping the early solar system. Even the tiniest grains of interplanetary dust carry energy and memory, drifting across the void, occasionally intersecting with planets like Earth. These specks are both subtle and essential, scattering sunlight, delivering materials to planetary surfaces and forming delicate streams like trails of cosmic snow. When they collide with Earth's atmosphere, they burn softly as meteors, fleeting reminders of the vast processes that connect all objects in the solar system. Imagine floating among these wanderers. Comet tails stretch in ethereal arcs, glowing faintly in distant sunlight. Asteroids spin slowly, their surfaces cracked, scarred, and weathered. Dust drifts lazily, catching the sparse light like motes in a sunbeam. The motion is patient, deliberate, and without urgency, a rhythm that mirrors the quiet persistence of time itself. In this space, chaos is tempered by gravitational law, and every particle contributes to an intricate cosmic ballet. Comets revisit the inner solar system in long cycles, while others drift eternally in the Kuiper belt and Oort cloud, distant and almost invisible. Their orbits are shaped subtly by the gravity of the giant planets we have passed, particularly Jupiter and Saturn, which nudge them along invisible currents, sending them occasionally toward the Sun, toward Earth, or into deeper darkness. Each orbit is a record of interaction, a testament to the universal law that governs every motion from the smallest grain of dust to the largest gas giant. Asteroids, too, hold secrets. Their mineral compositions vary, some rich in metals, others in carbonaceous compounds. They hint at the chemical diversity of the early solar system, preserving materials that may have seeded Earth with water organics or other essential ingredients for life. Even in the apparent emptiness, energy persists. Collisions and near misses sculpt their surfaces and orbits, subtle reshaping over billions of years. Each is a patient witness to the cosmic dance of matter and energy. Imagine drifting closer to a comet. As it nears, the Sunday ice sublimates, forming gas jets that propel dust into brilliant streams. Solar wind interacts with these particles, creating a delicate, glowing tail that seems to stretch across infinity. The nucleus, dark and cold, holds the history of the system, a frozen record of the earliest elements. Each rotation, each orbit, each stream of particles is a whisper of ancient time, carrying information across millions of miles. Even the smallest asteroid or dust particle contributes to this vast system. Their collective movement forms a network of motion connecting inner planets to the outer reaches, linking Earth to the distant icy bodies. Their existence is a reminder that no object is truly isolated. Even in the silence of deep space, every particle participates in a greater structure, a cosmic order maintained through gravity, energy, and time. As we drift farther into this delicate region, the light becomes faint and cool. Comets trail, thin, glowing arcs behind them. Asteroids rotate slowly, and dust drifts without urgency. Yet each element maintains precise motion, a demonstration of order within apparent randomness. The quiet elegance of this realm teaches patience. Time stretches, motion persists, and energy flows often unseen, shaping the solar system in ways subtle and profound. Floating beyond the asteroid belt and comets, one can sense the connection to the planets closer in and the giants beyond. The paths of these wanderers are influenced by Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, their orbits and trajectories intertwined in a silent cosmic web. Even the faintest particle carries with it the forces of motion, the tug of gravity, and the history of billions of years. In this quiet, we see the scale and scope of the solar system as a whole, interconnected, dynamic, and endlessly patient. And now, as we leave the wanderers behind, drifting toward the faint glow of distant stars and the larger galaxy beyond, may your mind rest in the gentle flow of comets, asteroids, and dust, the silent, patient travelers of space, and carry with you the calm rhythm of cosmic time, the subtle dance of matter and energy stretching across billions of miles. The wanderers of ice, dust, and rock, our journey extends into the vast canvas of the galaxy itself. The Milky Way, a spiraling river of stars, gas and dust, stretching across the blackness of space. Its immense arms twirl in silent, elegant motion, each arm carrying billions of stars, countless planets, and innumerable worlds yet to be discovered. Here, the scale of time and distance becomes almost incomprehensible. Yet, within this immensity lies a quiet rhythm, a pulse, connecting every particle, every photon, every orbit across eons. From above, the Milky Way glows like a delicate, luminous ribbon. Its central bulge, dense with ancient stars, that have burned for billions of years. These stars, yellow, orange, and red, shine softly in the cosmic night, holding the memory of the galaxy's earliest epochs. Spiral arms ripple outward, stretching far into darkness, carrying younger stars whose energy illuminates vast clouds of hydrogen and helium. Within these stellar nurseries, new stars ignite, painting nebulae in shades of pink, blue, and gold. These clouds drift slowly, shaped by radiation, gravity, and stellar winds, forming the next generation of suns and worlds. Imagine drifting above one of these spiral arms. Below, stars cluster in regions of dense luminosity, while faint clouds of interstellar dust obscure and soften their glow. Light is scattered, creating a gentle haze that diffuses across the black void, giving the galaxy a soft, almost tangible texture. You feel the immense distances stretching between stars, yet notice subtle connections: gravity tying clusters together, magnetic fields guiding charged particles, and dark matter forming a hidden scaffold that maintains the galaxy's shape. The Sun, our own point of light within this cosmic structure, is but a single star among billions, a modest lantern floating in a vast ocean of fire. And yet it nurtures Earth and the planet's sustaining life, guiding tides and providing warmth and energy. From this perspective, we understand the smallness of our world, yet also its significance. A tiny jewel reflecting the intricate order of the Milky Way, a world intimately connected to the motions of countless suns and planetary systems around it. Nebulae drift lazily along the spiral arms, glowing with faint, colorful light. Some are star-forming regions where hydrogen clouds collapse under gravity to ignite new suns. Others are remnants of supernovae, ghostly shells of matter expelled in the final moments of massive stars, enriching space with heavy elements that will one day seed new worlds. Imagine drifting past a nebula. The glowing filaments stretch for light years. Wisps of gas and dust curling and shifting in patterns that feel almost alive. These clouds are both creation and memory, a testament to the cycles of birth, death, and renewal that define the galaxy. In the central bulge, stars crowd, densely moving slowly around a supermassive black hole. Its presence is invisible but profound, bending light, warping space and time, and orchestrating the motions of stars near it. Gravity here is immense, a quiet but constant force that shapes orbits, ensures stability, and reminds us that even the largest and most powerful objects in the galaxy obey universal laws. Surrounding the bulge, the spiral arms rotate more slowly, their pattern persistent across millions of years, a celestial rhythm that repeats across cosmic time. Imagine drifting along the outer arms, where stars are younger and brighter, sprinkled among dark clouds of dust that obscure yet enrich the light. Here, supernovae occur in bursts of energy and color-scattering elements like iron, carbon, and oxygen across the galaxy. These elements, born in cataclysm yet dispersed delicately, will one day form planets, oceans, and perhaps life. Every photon that reaches us from these stars is a messenger from the distant past, carrying both energy and history across thousands or millions of light years. Interstellar space, though vast and seemingly empty, is filled with subtle motion. Dust drifts, magnetic fields, ripple, and cosmic rays move nearly at the speed of light. Globular clusters hover at the galaxy's halo, their ancient stars moving in silent orbits that have persisted for billions of years. Each cluster is a monument to endurance, a time capsule of creation and survival in a galaxy that has grown and evolved for over 10 billion years. Floating through this space, one perceives not just distance, but connection. Gravity binds stars to arms, arms to the bulge, bulge to the invisible scaffold of dark matter. Motion persists at every scale, from planetary orbits to the swirling of entire spiral arms. The Milky Way is a living structure, not in the sense of conscious life, but in its coherence, complexity, and enduring patterns. Each particle, each star, each orbit is a note in a vast cosmic symphony. Beyond the spiral arms, the halo glows faintly dotted with isolated stars, globular clusters, and streams of interstellar debris. In this quiet expanse, time seems slower, more palpable. The dance of the galaxy stretches over millions of years, yet the patterns are precise, graceful, and enduring. Even at the edges, energy persists and structure emerges from the silent pull of gravity. Imagine now drifting outward from the Milky Way itself. Beyond its spiraling arms, faint galaxies glimmer like lanterns scattered across the black canvas of intergalactic space. Each galaxy contains billions of suns, each star a potential host for planets, and perhaps, in rare instances, life. The scale is staggering, and yet within it one feels connected. Our sun and solar system are threads in a vast cosmic tapestry, part of a rhythm that is patient, precise, and eternal. The Milky Way is both intimate and immense. We are small within its vastness, yet our understanding, curiosity, and observation allow us to connect with it, to trace its structures and to perceive its rhythms. Stars ignite and fade, nebulae glow and dissipate, and matter flows across space, all in a pattern that repeats across billions of years. This is the rhythm of creation itself. Slow, deliberate, and breathtakingly beautiful. And now, as we drift above the spiraling arms, glancing toward the distant galaxies scattered across the void, may your mind rest among these rivers of stars. Feel the gentle rhythm of the Milky Way, the flowing arcs of nebulae, the silent pulse of gravity, and the timeless dance of light across billions of years. Carry with you the serene majesty of our galactic home, preparing for the final journey into the universal laws that shape all we see. Beyond the spiraling arms of the Milky Way, we drift into the invisible architecture that governs the universe itself, the quiet laws of light, time, and gravity. These forces are the threads that weave the cosmos, shaping every star, planet, moon, and particle. They are subtle, invisible, yet profound, giving structure, rhythm, and coherence to the vast expanses of space. Here in this silent framework, the universe moves with precision, and we begin to understand the principles that underlie all motion and creation. Light is our first companion. Photons journey across the void at 300,000 kilometers per second, carrying energy, information, and history. They illuminate distant stars, reflect off icy moons, and reveal the structures of galaxies. Each beam of light we perceive as a message from the past, a record of events that unfolded millions or billions of years ago. In tracing these photons, we trace the chronology of the cosmos, seeing not just where things are, but where they have been. Light is both messenger and memory, carrying with it the poetry of the universe. Gravity is the silent sculptor, shaping orbits, forming stars, and holding galaxies together. It bends space-time tugs on planets and molds the trajectories of asteroids and comets. Every orbit from Mercury around the Sun to distant moons around Neptune is a demonstration of this invisible force. Gravity organizes chaos into structure, giving the universe its rhythm and teaching us that even in apparent randomness, there is order. Stars cluster galaxies, spin, and clusters of galaxies drift together, all bound by this persistent, invisible hand. Time, too, is a force, shaped by motion and gravity. On massive worlds, or near dense objects like neutron stars or black holes, time itself stretches and contracts. On smaller scales, it flows steadily, marking cycles of rotation, orbit, and evolution. In contemplating cosmic time, we sense not just the lifespan of planets and stars, but the unfolding of universal processes, the birth and death of stars, the collision of galaxies, and the subtle evolution of matter over billions of years. Time is the medium through which all these processes manifest a gentle yet inescapable rhythm. Imagine drifting near a massive star cluster. Light bends around dense masses, creating faint arcs and distortions. Nearby stars orbit each other in precise patterns, while clouds of gas and dust shift subtly under gravity's influence. You feel the immense scales of energy and motion, yet notice the quiet precision in every movement. Even phenomena like black holes, invisible yet immensely powerful, obey these laws. Their gravity bends light, curving space and time, and orchestrates the paths of nearby stars with unerring accuracy. They are extreme yet predictable, a testament to the harmony underlying cosmic force. The speed of light itself sets the boundaries of perception. When we gaze at a distant galaxy, we see it as it was millions or billions of years ago, not as it is now. Every photon is a time capsule carrying information across vast distances, and every observation is a bridge across epochs. Through light, we perceive both the scale of the universe and its history, connecting ourselves to events far beyond human experience. Gravity also shapes the dance of galaxies. Spiral arms clusters and interstellar flows form patterns dictated by mass motion and attraction. The pull of massive structures guides smaller bodies, creating resonance patterns in planetary systems, orbital belts, and cometary streams. These patterns demonstrate that order emerges naturally, even in systems that seem chaotic. Every orbit, rotation, and drift is part of a coherent framework that has endured for billions of years. Time, light, and gravity converge to shape matter and energy. Stars ignite, burning hydrogen into helium, releasing light and heat that travel across space. Supernovae scatter elements into interstellar clouds, creating the raw materials for planets and life. Black holes and neutron stars warp the fabric of space-time, influencing motion on vast scales. Every interaction, every cycle, every flow of energy is a subtle interplay of these forces, guiding the universe towards structure and coherence. Imagine drifting through the void, weightless and silent. Photons shimmer across the blackness, gravity tugs imperceptibly, and time stretches outward in all directions. You sense the underlying architecture, the invisible scaffolding that supports every galaxy, star, and particle. The universe is alive not with sound, but with rhythm, precise, patient, and eternal. Understanding these forces deepens our awe, not only of what exists, but of the delicate balance that allows it to persist. Even in extreme environments, these principles maintain order. Light bends around massive objects. Gravity orchestrates orbits across billions of miles, and time stretches to accommodate the energy and mass of dense bodies. From the rotation of a planet to the spin of a galaxy, the same laws apply, creating patterns that are both predictable and astonishingly beautiful. These are the foundations upon which the cosmos rests, silent and pervasive, guiding all matter with gentle consistency. As we drift away from the vastness of these cosmic forces, the universe seems to breathe around us. Light continues to travel across unimaginable distances. Gravity maintains the orbits of stars and planets, and time unfolds steadily, marking cycles of creation and transformation. In this quiet, we sense both scale and intimacy, understanding that every motion, no matter how small, is part of a larger, harmonious system. And now, as we prepare to turn toward the final reflections of the cosmos, may your mind rest in the rhythm of universal physics. The gentle tug of gravity, the steady passage of time, and the flowing light that carries memory and meaning across the stars. Let the calm elegance of these forces guide your thoughts into wonder, serenity, and quiet contemplation. As we move beyond the laws that shape the universe, beyond light gravity and the slow march of time, we reach the edge of perception, the quiet horizon of the cosmos. Here, the known blends with the unknown. Stars shimmer faintly in the distance, and the black expanse stretches infinitely. This is a place of reflection, a point where we can pause and contemplate the journey of planets, moons, wanderers, galaxies, and the very fabric of reality itself. The solar system recedes behind us, a cradle of worlds and life giving way to the gentle glow of the Milky Way, and the countless galaxies beyond each one, a vast city of stars, quiet, yet alive in motion. The universe at this horizon feels both immense and intimate. We sense the connections between all things, the gravitational pull that shapes, orbits the light, that travels across eons, the subtle dance of energy and matter that binds galaxies together. Even the smallest particle of dust, the faintest flicker of light, contributes to the harmony of the cosmos. Here, scale becomes meditative. The mind stretches to encompass billions of years, yet every motion is precise, deliberate, and meaningful. Imagine drifting gently past the outer edges of galaxies, observing the soft glow of stars forming in nebulae, the fading remnants of supernovae, scattering heavy elements across space, and the slow rotation of massive clusters in silent orbit. The darkness between galaxies is not empty, but filled with potential unformed stars, hidden matter, and the quiet possibility of worlds yet to emerge. In this silence, the universe seems to exhale, a slow cosmic breath that invites reflection, gratitude, and awe. We see the Milky Way stretch across the void like a pale ribbon, its spiral arms twinkling faintly with light from billions of stars. Beyond it, distant galaxies glimmer like lanterns scattered across the infinite darkness. Some appear as faint smudges, others glow more brightly, each a realm of untold worlds. The scale is unimaginable. Yet there is beauty in the order, in the consistent rhythm of rotation, in the predictable patterns of motion, and in the enduring presence of gravity, guiding everything with quiet precision. The horizon reminds us that endings are also beginnings. Stars that die scatter their elements, giving rise to new suns. Planets form orbit and evolve. Light from distant events reaches observers long after the original occurrence, carrying stories of creation and transformation. Every end is a prelude, every motion a continuation. In this way, the cosmos itself becomes a meditation on cycles of energy, matter, life, and time. A pattern of renewal that stretches across space and eternity. Floating here, one senses the universality of rhythm. From the smallest asteroid to the most massive galaxy, motion persists in harmony. Even in darkness there is structure. Even in silence there is presence. The universe teaches that patience is inherent to existence. Processes unfold over billions of years, and yet every particle, every photon, every orbit contributes to a coherent, timeless whole. This is a lesson not only in science, but in the subtle beauty of life itself. The quiet horizon also encourages perspective. Our solar system, our galaxy, and the tiny blue dot of Earth seem small in comparison to the cosmic expanse. Yet their motions are intertwined with the same principles that govern distant stars and unseen galaxies. Every orbit, every rotation, every interaction is part of a universal harmony. In recognizing this, we feel both humbled and connected, understanding that we are threads woven into the tapestry of existence, participants in the same grand rhythm that has persisted for billions of years. As we drift slowly toward the edge of perception, let your mind settle with the gentle pulse of the cosmos. Imagine the light of countless suns stretching across space, the gravitational forces guiding motions, far beyond view and time, flowing like a river through all things. The vast blackness is neither lonely nor empty. It is a stage for quiet majesty, a canvas upon which stars, planets, and galaxies trace their eternal patterns. Here, stillness is profound yet rich, with energy, motion, and potential. Now, as we prepare to return from this journey, consider the lessons whispered by the universe, the importance of balance, the beauty of persistence, the harmony of forces, and the patience of cosmic time. Every planet, moon, comet, and galaxy carries meaning. Every photon, orbit, and cycle contributes to a larger, enduring order. By observing, reflecting, and feeling these rhythms, we come to understand not only the universe, but our place within it, small, yet connected, fleeting, yet part of something eternal. And now, as the universe drifts back into silence, may your mind rest in the calm between stars. Let the gentle rhythm of planets and moons, the soft glow of distant galaxies, and the patient dance of light, gravity, and time guide your thoughts into serenity. Carry with you the quiet majesty of the cosmos, the lessons of patience and balance, and the sense of belonging within the infinite tapestry of existence. As our journey comes to a close, drift slowly back from the edge of perception, carrying the quiet majesty of the planets, moons, comets, and distant stars with you. Remember the patient rhythm of Mars's rust-colored plains, the towering storms and orbiting moons of Jupiter, the shimmering rings and reflective lakes of Saturn and Titan, and the distant frozen giants spinning silently in the outer solar system. Even at the edge of the Milky Way, the interplay of light, gravity, and time continues, shaping stars and galaxies in patterns both delicate and eternal. May your mind rest in the calm between these motions, sensing the subtle pulse of the cosmos and the harmony that binds all things. Let reflection, wonder, and gratitude fill the quiet spaces of thought as you carry the rhythm of the universe with you. If you enjoy journeys like this, feel free to stay a while, letting curiosity and peace guide your dreams. And now, as the universe settles once more into gentle silence, may your thoughts drift softly among the stars.